welcome to A1R Psychic Radio and Moodstruck TV. It's very nice to be with you today. I was about to say this evening, but if you're not in England, it's not this evening. It's probably the afternoon or maybe the morning for you. Anyway, I'd like to have, before we take some callers, I'd like to do a little spiritual talk, get me in the mood. So what I thought I would talk about is, now, we often talk about the working with spirit is quite complex in a way, because it's not as straightforward as you can probably imagine. And the reason why it's not so straightforward is there's many ways to actually sort of access spirit. First of all, you have to be sort of in that space, in that sort of what I always call the power. And the training with British mediums is always referring to it as the power. And I don't know if that's the same in the United States or not, but that's what we call it in England. And so once you're in the power, I can almost sort of, it's about where I put my focus. And I can almost sort of put my focus towards somebody's loved one and either see who comes forward or actually request somebody in particular. And it's amazing how that always seems to work. They seem to sort of just come through on the back of that. And excuse me. And the other thing is that I have guides that work with me, and I'm sure you've all heard of guides where, most psychics and mediums refer to their guides, and that's not sort of, it's not uncommon to be able to work with your guide, and when you're working with a guide, that's generally when you're starting to sort of communicate guidance, and they can be very good at that, because sometimes I've seen this and I find this absolutely fascinating. So everyone has a guide, and sometimes I've been aware of my guide talking to your guide and sort of having this conversation backwards and forwards. And it's almost, you can imagine, your guide saying, oh yes, this is going on and that's going on. And so then it'll be received by the guide. Then the guide brings it to me and then I will tell it back to you. Isn't that funny how that happens? It's a bit like Chinese whispers. I wonder if it comes back the same way it was said in the first place. They talk about sort of, Chinese whispers where, it changes as it goes along. But yes, I have witnessed that quite a few times, where the guides are talking with each other and then bringing the information to me. On occasions, I've actually had a situation where your guide steps forward and then speaks to me. And I find that fascinating, because it will be somebody that I'm perhaps not used to dealing with, but nevertheless, it doesn't make any difference. I'm very sort of used to communicating with people in the spirit world. And so they will step forward and tell me directly what is going on. So that's quite sort of interesting. And also it's interesting for me because I get the opportunity to be able to communicate with a different guide, and I do like that. It's not that I don't like my guides, because I love them, but yes. So anyway, that's sort of a little sort of whistle stop talk about how I work and working with the guides. And I know that we have some callers waiting, and in particular we have Stephen in Edinburgh. Are you there, Stephen?
Oh, hi. Hello there.
Oh, hello. I love the Edinburgh accent.
Oh, my God. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's my pleasure. So, I don't know if you were listening as I was talking. I
was.
Oh, right. So is there a particular way that you would like me to work? Do you want me to connect with my guides and give guidance, or are you looking to connect to a loved one in spirit?
That's quite a tough question, actually. Can I let you decide? Is that okay?
Yes, okay. But I will say that you have your grandmother is standing by the side of me, and she's very keen to communicate with me, um, and she's saying to me how proud she is of you because you have achieved quite a lot since you've sort of grown up. If um, that sounds sort of I don't know. Yeah, that's an odd way of putting it. But anyway, since you've become an adult, she says you've become you've achieved quite a lot. And she's saying to me that it wasn't so easy when you were younger, and she feels and she's sort of intimating that you've achieved things against odds, or it hasn't been easy for you to achieve what you've achieved. Would that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does actually. Yes, I would say so.
Um, but she's admiring you for your abilities of you have the ability to be quite focused and determined, and you've used those aspects of yourself to really sort of do quite well in your life, and she's coming forward and just saying she wanted to say how proud she is of you. um Now she's showing me, I feel that she would have had a really sort of old fashioned kitchen when she was alive, and I feel like there's it looks like a sort of a range cooker, or something like that. Does that make sense to you with one of your grandmothers?
It wouldn't, no, because sadly they both passed before I was born. Um, yeah,
Right. So you wouldn't know whether it was true or not. Is that what you're saying?
yeah, pretty much. I wouldn't know, I'm afraid. Sorry.
Oh, okay, that's okay. She's saying to me that she because I feel like she was somebody that just cooked and cooked and cooked. I feel like as one pie is coming out of the oven, something else is coming out, and something else, and she did an awful lot of cooking, and she sort of prided herself on sort of having a sort of quite an in-depth knowledge of cooking, and she's telling me that she passed certain information or certain skills, there's things that your mother has done since she's passed. Like I feel like the style of cooking has been passed down the generation, and she noticed you the other day, and you were in a situation. I don't know whether you had somebody with you, or what the circumstances were, but she's showing to me how you were cooking, and she was almost, oh my gosh, he's doing it the way I did it, and you must have got something from your mum that came from her. So there must be some sort of style of cooking that has come down the family, and she is saying that she witnessed this in you.
Oh,
Does
all
that
right, that's
does that
interesting.
um,
Um,
does that make any sense to you?
um, yes and no, I guess. Obviously, like my family, well, it depends on which side of the family, but um, my mum's side of the family have Italian heritage, but yeah, I know my mum's got like a secret recipe for certain things, but she hasn't told us the secret recipe, so to say. But it's been handed down through the family. But yeah, in terms of cooking,
There
quite
must there
unusual.
must be something.
I can't
There
think
must
of anything that I've made in particular, but that would have,
Okay.
or that was in soup, maybe. I don't know.
But I know that there is, and I do feel that I'm speaking on your mum's side of the family, but it may be that you have just unwittingly observed your mum and did something and hadn't realised it was something that's come down. But your grandmother observed this, and she sort of got quite excited about that, because she's saying to me that she very much enjoyed cooking, and whenever she sees a member of the family that is cooking, she really likes to be around them and enjoys their sort of cooking. She's telling me that you have been contemplating looking for. Have you been contemplating making some changes in your life? I don't know whether it's a job or a move, but I just feel like there's some changes around. Does that make sense to you? And I feel like it's a job.
Yeah, somewhat, yeah.
Yeah,
to a degree,
yeah. She says that she's making me feel like you've been in this job for a while, but it doesn't sort of satisfy you in the way that you would like. And she's telling me that you feel that your capabilities could be sort of a little bit more, like you're more capable than what you're doing in your job. And she's saying to me that it's almost like you've got one eye out, just sort of looking for that sort of perfect job. And she's saying that she's going to help you in that process. She wants to help you with finding that perfect job, because she knows. I feel like there is a reason that you like, almost like there's a reason you called, because your grandmother is telling me that she wants to really sort of support you in your life and guide you, and she's telling me that she's going to be helping you find that perfect job. Because I do, and with anything, it's our free will, but I do feel that there is a job on the horizon that could be just perfect for you, and she's steering you towards that. Because I do feel like there's a sense of sort of just a little bit of restlessness, or a bit of feeling, oh, I could do with sort of something sort of different. And I do also feel that you have, this is something you've been thinking, before all of this, pandemic. I feel like it's been in the back of your mind for some time. And she's also saying that you're quietly sort of, you're quite unassuming. You don't, you're not somebody that is boastful about your abilities, but she does want to say how proud she is of your abilities, because she feels you have a lot to offer an employer. How does that sound, Stephen?
I suppose it's somewhat like, no offense, but it's just, it seems a little bit generic. I mean, obviously the whole job thing was dead on in terms of, wanting a change, but I'm actually a nurse.
Yes.
So of course the whole pandemic thing's been quite difficult, and I have been thinking sometimes about potentially jumping ship and leaving the profession altogether because of stress. But yeah, it's quite unusual. My grand's come through, because it's obviously I never got to meet both. Well, I met one of my grands when I was a child, but not on my mum's side. But I'm kind of just obviously worried about the present and the future. That's kind of like where I'm at the moment. So it's just very interesting that you say my grand's come through. Yeah.
Well, the one of the things that I've been told by Spirit recently is that our relatives, there's always going to be a relative that is assigned to us and that will be guiding us, and that may change within our family group or our soul group. But I do feel that your grandmother is somebody that is involved with guiding you on your mum's side, and she is. I feel that she particularly is wanting to help you in the work setting.
All right. Okay.
But I have another caller waiting. But thank you very much for calling in. And I love the accent. Thank you. So thank you very much. Goodbye. So we have Marie in Topeka, Kansas. Are you there, Marie?
Yes.
Hello, and how are you this evening? Or this afternoon, should I say?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good. So I am a medium, and I can connect to loved ones, or I can speak to my guide and see if I can give you guidance. Is there a particular way you would like me to work, and where would you like me to focus?
Basically, on my full life, like, I'm wondering if I will have kids in the future or soon.
Right. So the feeling that I'm getting from my guides, well, first of all, I'd like to say that it's a very difficult thing to talk about with fertility and getting pregnant, and issues of health as well. And I feel that so I just want to sort of just say to you that this can be, use this for sort of like an entertainment, and I will do my best to see what comes through.
Okay.
Right. Okay. I feel that you have been trying for a baby before. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
And you've been unsuccessful in becoming pregnant. That makes sense,
Right.
doesn't it? And I feel that you have reservations about taking. I don't know where. Have you got reservations about taking like sort of more interventional steps? Like infertility treatment or something like that. Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Have you had reservations about that?
No.
No. And I feel that you have been. So what I'm feeling is that you are unsure of the steps to take in order to achieve a pregnancy, and I feel that you are either you have had fertility treatment and you have reservations about doing it again, or you have reservations about doing fertility treatment, because I feel like there's something like almost like I feel like I want to sort of put my hand up and it's like I feel within you that you don't really want to do this. However, I know that a pregnancy is something that you are looking for, and I feel that it does. That also, I feel with you that there are some underlying health issues as well that that I feel like needs to be checked out, and I feel that you would be well advised to speak to a doctor with regards to your health and fertility, because I feel like there's something that is causing a problem, and I feel that this is something quite minor and is treatable, and it's nothing to worry about. But I do feel that if you go ahead and get that treated and get that sorted, that you will have potentially a positive outcome. It's almost like I'm seeing on the fallopian tubes there. It's like there's a little bit of scarring on there, and that's what I'm seeing, and I feel that is something that can be treated and resolved, and I don't feel that there's anything other than that serious with you. But I do feel that you may need to have, just be checked up on that. And I also feel that I feel like you've got quite a supportive partner around you. Is that correct?
So I have what now?
A supportive partner around.
Toddler?
Partner, husband or boyfriend.
Yes.
I feel like he's very, very supportive, and I feel that he would. Do you know what? He would be with you no matter what, whether you got pregnant or not. He would be with you. He would walk with you to the ends of the earth. I feel that he has so much love for you. It's incredible. You're very lucky, Marie. Very lucky to have such a wonderful person along by your side. And really, all I would want to say is that that I feel that this is treatable and this is like resolvable. And I don't know whether there's something I don't know. Have you ever had sort of like endometriosis or anything like that?
Have I ever had what now?
Endometriosis.
And what is that?
It's like sort of like a it's like it's it's like the womb is it can be, you can have quite painful periods with it.
Yeah.
Now, is this because I just feel like there's something like that going on, and I really do think that it's worth having a trip to the doctor and just checking out your fertility health, because I do feel that there's a couple of tweaks and a prod and you'll be all right. And I'm just going to ask my my guide if they see a baby in the future for you.
Okay.
What I'm being told is that you have a strong constitution. You're quite a strong person, and you're quite a healthy person, other than that minor disposition. And I'm being told that if you manage that situation, you will go ahead and you will have. Is there twins in your family?
You said what now?
Is there twins in your family?
My grandma is a twin.
Because I'm seeing twins with you.
Huh?
I can see you having twins. I've just been told that.
Oh my.
You weren't expecting that, were you? Oh my goodness.
No,
I,
I'm not.
do you know what, Marie? I always think that having twins is a good job done. It's almost like you've got this instant family and you're sorted and you don't have to ever get pregnant again. But I'm sure it's hard work, but you know, you never have to get pregnant again. How about that? I think I do feel that I knew that you had twins in the family, and it generally goes down. I think it goes down the maternal line as well. But anyway, I just want to say sort of good luck with that, and I hope it all goes well with you. And I feel that I'm also being told it's all going to be natural, that you will have a baby naturally. It won't be with fertility intervention. I've just been told that. How does that sound? So I hope that is okay for you, Marie, and good luck with everything, and good luck with you know, trying for the baby and everything. But do get things checked out with the doctor, and thank you for phoning in. And so, for those people who are listening, my name is Gail Moffat, and you can find me on Facebook. And I always look to respond. I can be very responsive. So look forward to seeing you next week, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.